Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast out of East Yorkshire. And today I have a 1v1 on volatile grounds. Over in the Dark Eldar corner we've got a guy called Tyker. And over in the Orc corner we've got Martin. Martin throwing out triple grot gangs, a plasma gen, a Du Bois hut and a war banner. Whereas the Dark Eldar player is going for Hall of Blood, double plasma gens and double mandrakes. So, bit of a crazy map this. Normally we have like a bit of a mirror situation going on in the maps that we usually do games and casts on, but this game is a little bit different, mainly because of this bad boy over here, Relic, which has got some negative cover and some impassable looking terrain over on the Orc side, so it's a little bit unfair for those guys. But then again, in response, I do have a little strategic point over here which is a little bit harder to assail from the Dark Eldar side, so we will have to see if that takes any place or precedence within this game. These grot gangs are going to move over to this side, have a quick sniff at these mandrakes, but deciding that they're going to decap or recap this strategic point over here. Mandrakes are just going to ignore them. There's some grots going over here. Mandrakes have captured this point, and they will see if they can pursue these grots. Grots will not be able to stand up very well against these mandrakes. They are very, very good at slicing their way through the tiny and fragile bodies of the orcs. Another thing I noticed while having a quick cheeky look at this game is that we've got communist orcs in this game. So, you know, it's not their war, it's our war. And they're not their strategic points, they're everyone's, you know. Good socialist orcs, or, well, I mean, actually, let's not get involved into that debate, shall we? Grot's going to capturing this strategic point over yonder. Mandrakes just finishing over here. Grot's trying to ignore these guys and decap. They will be cut to ribbons, trying to cap it for themselves, but they won't survive these Hellions coming in, and that is a grot gang wipe right there, which is fairly unfortunate, but the grots are designed for being the cannon fodder, being the meaty shield. These grots having a look at these mandrakes, but again, not surviving very well against these guys. Even this guy with a little pirate hat, or was it just a general snapback? Not entirely sure, but the snapback or pirate hat will not do anything in the way of protecting them from the sharp talons of the mandrakes. Commissar Big Mech, proud lord of the communist orcs, will be pushing into the Dark Eldar base. We'll see these mandrakes not get there in time to stop them from recapping that strategic point. Is a bit on his own, but these Hellions aren't all that healthy themselves. They are getting reinforced there. Nearly a squad wipe, but not quite. More mandrakes walking over the corpses of the grots. There's some shooter boys coming up. They are elite infantry, so they're a little bit tankier than your vanilla counterparts. Do apologise. Remember, kids, don't smoke. Smoking is bad. Tower of Loathing going on these bits and bobs over here. Just waiting for that tortured slave to push him in the right direction. Mandrakes are going to meet this Big Mech in mortal combat. Shooter boys firing in support. These grots decapping and recapping these guys. Oh, that's an interesting symbol as well. We've got there. Oh, well, maybe it's the Nazis and the communists finally coming together, working as one. Which is quite a terrifying concept when you add orcs into the mix. These orcs, shooter boys, are going to be engaged in close combat. Big Mech is going to pick up a mandrake and toss him aside, but these shooter boys will not want any part of the close combat anytime soon. A burner bomb going down. Everyone's just running away from it, and oh dear, I think the only person who got actually hit by that burner bomb was the Big Mech himself. Very unfortunate from the mech's point of view. Mandrakes taking down that strategic point over there once again. Shooter boys trying to avoid close combat, but these Hellions are in hot pursuit. Grot gang, oh sorry, there's just regular old Grots, Gretchens even, with their Grot leader just chilling out over there. They are going to put a war banner down for defensive purposes, no doubt. Another Grot gang has gone the way of the dinosaur, and shooter boys are just going backwards and forwards. Do have an engagement going on over here. Some more Grots chasing away this tortured slave. Tower of Loathing is going to be upgraded with some shooty bits. These guys are going to go and see if they can take it down before it upgrades. Mandrakes are running smack bang in the middle. Hero Gretchens going to come in, see if they could do something. Or at least, oh no, never mind, probably a misclick. We will one day see that kill animation from a grot. I can feel it, I can smell it, I can taste it in the waters. Shooter boys chilling out by the side of the war banner. Grots not having the best of games, gonna skitter away, almost swimming through the negative cover. And they will just capture this strategic point over yonder. This relic has not been a major factor in this game so far. Neither is this one, to be honest. No one's tried to capture it yet, although then again, relics do take a while to capture. Warriors building up their numbers. Got 92 and 30 to 84 and 10. So green money in the way of the... In fact, green money and blue money in the way of the Dark Eldar. The Orcs will have to do something. He's been upgraded with level 2 hero bits. We'll run in, see if we can slap these Hellions around. Again, on his own for a bit. Might not want to ride solo on this one. Mandrakes capturing this entire side of the map, even going for the critical location. Anything interesting going on in the base? We do have tier 2 for the Orcs. Not sure if the Dark Eldar have gone for tier 2 at the moment, although then again they are investing a lot in tier 1 units. Big Mech going to slap around this Tower of Loathing with Shooter Boy support. Popping up a burner bomb. These Shooter Boys might want to... a little bit close. Oh no, never mind. The perfect distance away. Tsar Bomb being used by the Commissar Big Mech. Bringing that Tower of Loathing down to half health. Hellions getting right close and personal with their stabby floaty boards, or skyboard shall we say. Grots having a cheeky look. These Shooter Boys, one squad I do believe has just been wiped. These other Shooter Boys over here may want to run away. Another Grot squad has gone down. These Dark Eldar are tearing up the field like no man's business. And these Shooter Boys are also going to be cut down asunder. We have some Storm Boys being cooked up. Pile of guns as well. Mandrakes, a whole swarm of them, smack bang in the middle of the map. Orcs are a little bit on the back foot, but then again, they are a very defensive faction. Their war banners will aid them in defending their environments. And the Dark Eldar don't have much in the way of building bashing at the moment. More warriors on the way, although the population is full. Tier 2 now going for the Dark Eldar. Double slave chambers coming right at the front, maybe like a little wall of slave chambers. Storm Boys jumping in. Big Mech also teleporting in. He has a little area of damage and stun. Well, not stun, like a knockback effect when he teleports in now. When he gets to level 2, I do believe. Also with some upgrades as well. Eldar, or Dark Eldar warriors not enjoying these new thumpy Storm Boys. Much preferred slicing away at those Shooter Boys. Grot gangs over here gaining revenge for their fallen comrades. And it does look like there's going to be an entire army wipe. Well, army wipe on the left hand side for Dark Eldar. These slave chambers being built up, trying to prevent a full surround going off on this Tower of Loathing over here. These Orcs are going to ignore it and just focus on bashing this Tower of Loathing down to the ground. Wonderful colour scheme by the by. Loving the pink, loving the purple. Warriors are going to be en massing over yonder. Got a homunculus laboratory being built up as well. These Mandrakes just chilling in the centre of the map. Shooter Boys upgrading themselves with some big shooters. Every dude in the squad has access to a big shooter. Do have some slave chambers with some scary skelly men's, breaking the morale of these Storm Boys, but Storm Boys just going to jump straight over it and see if they can do any bashing with these soft and fragile warriors. Although with the morale broken, they aren't going to do all that much in the way of damage. He says, no degree of confidence, never assume, as it makes an ass out of you and me. Yeah, these boys do not like standing near these slave chambers. No one likes a reminder of their mortality, not even Orcs of the fascist and communist persuasion. Big Mech on the corner. Grots. Everyone's just having a grand old time. Apart from the Orcs. Absolutely terrified. Warriors. I like how the warriors are spread out a little bit. That's quite good. Stops them from being tied up on a massive globule. Got a burner bomb coming down. And the Big Mech's not even transferring away. Although look at that, he's able to tank that damage pretty severely. Not the case for the Warriors. Warriors have been upgraded with some splinter cannons. Does increase their range. Requires setup time there. Which is probably not what they want when they're being engaged in close combat by these tiny Grot people. More Warriors on this side. 124 and 30 compared to the 164 and 30. So still some significant green money Oh, sorry, not green money, blue money for the Dark Eldar. They will just be able to constantly replace all their Dark Eldar warriors. Bloody hell, my cough is seeming to be getting worse. Not COVID though. COVID has came and gone in the east of Yorkshire. Probably some big scary bits being added to these slave chambers over here. Storm boys are saying that they don't want to engage much in the way of these guys over yonder. They're going to start moving over this way. Although, again, and actually their morale goes down pretty sharp and pretty quickly when they're near these scary slave chambers. But these shooter boys are going to be shooting at them from a distance. Be slowly peppering away at the health. We'll be able to take one down. I see why he's built up two, because take it down one and then the effect goes away, but take it down two is a lot more difficult. Okay, I respect that. These Storm Boys shaking in their boots, but they will try and take on these mandrakes. Shooty bits on this Tower of Loathing. It will be slowly but surely whittled away by the Big Mech. Big Mech is not so scared of all these scary bits. And the mandrakes are holding up their own. Health is still quite strong, especially when they're being reinforced at the rate that they are at the moment. Although shooter boys coming round for supporting fire will be able to do some use once they get within range. If you're going on the base, we've got some disco lights for the Dark Eldar. Got some scary bits on their Hall of Blood as well, which is cool and interesting. Different from the vanilla. That's what we like to see. Shooter boys being chased away by these Dark Warriors, and these Storm Boys, brave as you like, jumping in between like a whole mass of Dark Eldar warriors. Big Mech finishing off these mandrakes. Only one squad left of these guys. Storm Boys, one guy left, will not survive for much longer. Shooter Boys regaining their morale. We do have a mech shop and some war trucks being built up. Tier 3 it looks like, going for the Orks, you can tell by their little roof that they've invested in. Anything else going on? We've got some more warriors around this side. A portal, which Reaver jet bikes are Arispida mobile shield generators. Well, all interesting, all good stuff. We do have a fleet of on fire, which was basically Dark Eldar version of Fleet of Foot, because they can't have anything sounding too nice and too pretty. They have to make everything sound evil, as is the way of the Spandex Elves. Tower of Loathing coming up, another portal. Ah, okay, I see. So, yeah, and it also cloaks nearby buildings as well, so yeah. So it'll cloak these bits, which will make sure that these guys will also be able to defend the slave chambers with a lot more. But does it have that kind of range, or does it need that upgrade? Well, we'll find out in the near future. War truck packed to the brim with green bodies. Big Mech teleporting over here, throwing out a big boomer. Lots of shooter boys out on the field now. These mandrakes will try and tie them up. These Dark Eldar warriors not standing up to the constant punishment. Banner bomb going down. These one unfortunate Dark Eldar model being tossed over the slave chamber there. You managed to get full. I mean, these guys just basically died where they stood. All these big shooters. Grand total of 6, 9, 11. That's a lot of big shooters, and these warriors aren't going to survive for very long. They are going to have to fall back within the protective layer of these scary slave chambers. Might have to see something more substantial from a Dark Eldar player. Lots more warriors coming out. Will need to change their unit composition, especially when these Storm Boys come out proper. Yeah, War Truck was certainly a vibe to go for. War Truck having nothing in the way of morale, can just move in, pop the boys out, do as much death as possible, does a ramming technique, knocking these guys around. Although he seems to have knocked his own boys around as well, which is standard Orc fare, really. Storm Boy's going to jump in, see if they can slice away at these dudes. Big Mech throwing another dude around. Shooting bits on these Tower of Loathings though, being surrounded. Oh, surrounding the Orcs even. Shooter Boys jumping back into the War Truck to regain their morale. More Dark Eldar coming over the ridge and far away. Will be providing some supporting fire. We do have like a spirally ability, not sure what that does, probably does something useful though. Morale of the Storm Boys and Shooter Boys not surviving for much longer. Big Mech, MVP there. just not caring about anything, teleporting everywhere, doing what he can. Glorious. These shooter boys focusing on this Tower of Loathing. Tower of Loathing has been on an auto repair, although the auto repair is a lot less effective than if you get an actual builder to repair. Will be slowly but surely taken down. These Storm Boys feeling brave once again. Trying to focus down on this portal. Slave chamber goes down. Looks like another slave chamber will also go down as well. Tower of Loathing finally being taken down. War Truck holding back these guys. We do have some Scourges armed with their Dark Lances. We'll see if they can slice away and annihilate this War Truck before it causes any more mischief. Big Storm Boy charge going in. Going to tie up and beat up all these pesky warriors. Nice, close and personal. Big, huge explosion knocking back all these shooter boys, forcing them out of the war track. Scourges jumping over behind their Dark Warrior compadres. Portal still up. And these Storm Boys are going to ignore the frontline of warriors and focus down on these Scourges. Scourges are on auto replenish. Anything else except being built up in the Dark Eldar base. Going for a Torched Slave. Not sure if that will be able to hold back the tide of green coming over into the base. Shooter Boys have been upgraded with, well, not upgraded, they've been hit with some fighter juice, some extra vehicle armour. 171 and 39 to 155 and 29. So the Orcs now have the economic advantage as well as just the sheer numbers that they're able to bring to bear. Dark Eldar going for some Soul Seeker ammunition. We do have something stashed away in this portal. Possibly a Reaver jet bike. Or one of those fancy portable shield medoodads. More slave chambers coming down. Nothing being built up in the way of... they're also going to go for some poison blades. One lowly, or lonely should I say, unit of warriors will come in to defend their island, whatever the cost may be. They shall fight them in the slave chambers. They shall fight them in the BDSM centres. They shall never surrender. Warriors standing firm. Storm Boys not wanting to go in just yet. They see their slave chambers, wanting to see if they can get any bigger doofery things online. We do have a technology hardboards. Allows the Orcs to get some, well, just basically heavy infantry Orcs really, aren't they? Pots and pans on their head. Best armour an Orc can hope for. These guys, before pushing in all the way, they will try and cut off the economy of the Dark Eldar as much as possible. Probably waiting for some heavier troops. Yeah, just going for those hard boys. Not recruiting them as of yet. Just going to build up from the outside of the base. They could push in and win at the moment. This might prove a fatal error for the Orcs. The Dark Eldar player, I mean, he's spending a lot of money. But what on exactly? What indeed? They have gone for some splinter cannons. Good for long range mischief. Although these Storm Boys will probably negate that. It's very exciting though. We are on the cusp of victory for the Orcs, or ultimate turnaround for the Dark Eldar. We do have some mech traps being built up here, which is quite nice. Storming the beaches of Normandy with these traps. Warriors moving to the left-hand side. Towers of Loathing being upgraded to Towers of Carnage. We do have tier 3 going for the Dark Eldar. These dudes have been teleported in, or been portaled into the portal. Do a weird bite. Oh, let's have a look at him. He's quite good. Little Dawn of War 2 model. But what is his voice acting like? Let's have a quick ganders. Ah, yeah, just the voice acting from Dawn of War 2. I quite like that. That's good. Weird boy, very, very useful. Lots of abilities that he can do. I do believe it's just general badness. I think he's got like a foot of Gork, maybe. Do have some more Orc pops going down. Nothing major coming out. We do have tier 3, 66% through. Big mech jumping in. This does look like an ultimate Orc push going on. Shooter boys with a Nob leader, armed with a power claw. Anyone who comes in any close contact with them will be in a bad place. Witches not surviving against the sheer Daka over here. We do have a Dark Eldar destroy all morale kind of ability going on, but when these boys are stood in such large numbers, they can kind of ignore morale. They do get lots of bonuses if they're stood in a large group. Massive pain nonsense going on from the weird boy, no doubt, firing away into the portal. Portal trying to repair itself, but not quite. We do have a huge disco going on now. More slave chambers being built up. Dark Eldar like to party in the dark. But not much being built up. We do still have some guys in the portal. Slave chamber defense is still ongoing. Weird boy. A little bit invisible from the Dark Eldar perspective. All I can see is the flashy bits on him. And what else is going on? We do have some more technology, so flash kits. We also saw... Oh, I missed that, never mind. We saw another technology being upgraded. So more potential good stuff with some racks going on. Ooh, let's have a look at these. They make me think of, if you look at them from the side, they make me think of the Droidicas. Wonderful voice acting, love that. Anyway, Shooter Boys having a quick cheeky look at these Tower of Loathings. Losing one model there, very unfortunate. Big mech being upgraded with loads of sparkly bits. One day I will understand what all these things do, but today is not that day. Big mech stabbing at these racks. Racks are quite a lethal, dangerous unit, but when confronted with all these green menaces, they will not survive, and the Dark Eldar player throws out the GG. So we shall just see that Orcs slowly but surely slice his ways through. They're asking for a rematch. That was the game that we did last week. Wanted to do the game last week. Well, their rematch one first, just because it had Tyranids in, and Tyranids are cool. We'll just fast forward. We're fast forwarding. We'll just get in the game here. Yeah, but very exciting game. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chore. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.